Space Invaders, Astro Wars, Hot Wheels and Blue Shark. These are just some of the more sophisticated machines to be found in the modern amusement arcade. I've never really been able to cope with these Space Invader machines. In fact, the aliens always seem to beat me. I really need something a little less complicated. Grip testers, kiss meters, fruit machines and peep shows are much more my level. Over 100 penny in the slot machines have been collected together for this exhibition, some of them dating as far back as 1890. By the turn of the century, inventing weird and wonderful coin machines had become a kind of craze. As much thought was put into the decorative casing of the machines as into the variety of games themselves. You could test your shooting skills, measure your physical strength, have your fortune told, or watch macabre working models like this one, the Haunted Churchyard. You'd find the machines everywhere, at railway stations, hotels, barbershops, and of course at the end of piers.
This is a lovely selection of American machines, very early examples, and we're very lucky to get such a nice group.
Now this, I've never seen this in an English fairground before. What is it?
This is a grip test. You grab hold of the handle and the dial will spin round and tell you what your score is of your grip. And it's quite nice because it also tells you the average grip of the different professions. If you were a fireman, you were very strong. If you were a banker, you were a total weakling.
So it's very much for the Victorian man of the family.
That's right.
And this too, by the looks of it.
This is the same kind of thing. This is a strength tester, show your strength. And with this one, a larger floor model, you would grab hold of the handles here and pull up as hard as you could. And again, the dial would spin round and register your score. If you got a really high score like 900, it would give you a little comment. In this case, great stuff, big boy.
And what about this one over here? Electric treatment, this sounds...
Yes, that's electric treatment for life and health, and it's quite a nice reflection of the Victorian and Edwardian preoccupation with health. They really thought that if you gave yourself an electric shock every day, you were going to be set up forever.
This machine seems to be called the Hawaiian hula hula machine, but in fact it's the traditional peep show, isn't it?
Yes, it is. These were usually known as What the Butler Saw, and supposedly very risque, but usually the titles were more alluring than what you actually saw when you looked inside.
And these machines actually came from a pier?
Yes, they would have come from a pier.
And over here we've got... Gambling machines, like the one-armed bandit, have always been the most popular and most lucrative. But they've had their problems, legal ones. This looks a much smaller fruit machine than usual. Why?
It's really because of the gambling restrictions in America in the 1930s. They increased enormously then. And one of the ways to avoid getting caught with a gambling machine on your premises was to A, make it very small, B, turn it into something other than a fruit machine. As you can see, it's called a Duval gum vendor, which meant that the payout was in the form of gum, which came out the bottom. You did, in fact, win money, but that was paid out from behind the counter by the barman.
And over here we have a magnificent Wurlitzer jukebox. How old would this be?
This was made in 1946, and it's one of Wurlitzer's most popular models. It's very, very beautiful, as you can see, if you like that kind of thing. And lots of moulded plastic with bubbles, coloured lights, and fantastic chrome decorations on it.
Would it flash different lights?
It wouldn't actually flash, but when you see it in the dark, the bubbles are absolutely fantastic.
And what sort of place would this be found in?
Oh, all sorts of places, from cafes to bars to restaurants, everywhere you could think of.